So I've seen a few people not very happy about the new exotic kiosk. Not necessarily the exotics. I understand people might be a bit annoyed that you have to do the raids to get the currency to get the old raid exotics, but again, they were raid exotics. That's kind of a given. You should have expected something like that. But I've seen a lot of people complaining about the legendary section where you can actually go back and get all the old ritual and pinnacle weapons, and people have been complaining about this because I guess they feel like it invalidates the work that they put into actually attaining these weapons. For the most part, I'm going to be using Not Forgotten as the biggest example since you had to go through a really long, tedious quest just to get Lenos How, not, let alone the Not Forgotten, which you had to do another tedious quest to get, and you needed to get to 5500. So I feel like that's the prime example of what people are upset about. Maybe Mountaintop, but a lot of people cheese their way to the Mountaintop, let's be honest. I remember seeing so many Discord posts about hopping into custom made lobbies and just killing each other with grenade launchers over and over. So I know that there are plenty of people that actually got Mountaintop legit, but at the same time, I also know that there were a lot who just went into those lobbies. So Mountaintop to me is a bit of a lesser example, but for Not Forgotten, the amount of work that actually went into getting the gun is actually kind of ridiculous. And people are complaining, like, hey, why is this in the kiosk? But I get you feel like it might invalidate your work a little bit, but here is the thing. You put in that work, you got to use it for 2 years early. A lot of the people I'm seeing complaining, a lot of the people are the ones that got it within a couple of days, maybe a week, maybe even a month. But for a lot of people like me, it took me seasons to get. Like my friend Alex, he didn't get it until it had actually been nerfed to a 150. And the version that they're getting in the kiosk is a 140. It has been nerfed into the ground. Yes, you put a lot of work in to get these guns, but practically all of them are no longer performing at the status that they once were. Also, you gotta remember, sunsetting is a thing, so the people that are going to be able to buy this will not be able to use this in Trials and Iron Banner just because they have light levels enabled and sunsetting prevents it from going past a certain point. So if you feel like your work has been, I guess, invalidated by them being in the kiosk, I kind of see where you're coming from with the amount of work it takes, but at the same time, it's been 2 years for Not Forgotten. It's been like a year for Revoker or something. I can't exactly remember exactly when Revoker came out, but all of these weapons have had their time to shine, and for those of us that put in the work to get those weapons, well, we got to use it early. We got to get those weapons in their prime, which the new players that are going to be buying the weapons from the kiosk are never going to experience. So in a way, we got our work paid for. We got our work and we got to enjoy those weapons for a long time before they they're presented to the masses, as it were. I'm sorry, I'm recording this in one take. It's just trying to get my thoughts out onto the video here. But I do not feel like the old Pinnacles and Rituals being in the kiosk are a bad thing. I think it's actually pretty good for the community. Because now, everyone has access to top tier Crucible weapons, but they're also not going to be able to take it into the big playlists that people are always going to flock to, like Trials and Iron Banner. So if you take it into the Iron Banner or you take it into Trials, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage against anybody that is using current weapons, and they are not going to be able to help you close that skill gap there. But as far as the other Crucible playlists are concerned, I think it is a good idea, and I feel like it was an eventuality. These weapons had to come back in some way without being reskinned, so I feel like this was a good trade-off, and if you feel like your work has been validated, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's been years. Let's let the masses enjoy these weapons. And honestly, it's been a long time. Let's be honest. It has been a long time. Let's just let the new players have these guns while we go and grind out the new gear that is actually going to be helping us. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this really quick. It's been kind of irking me ever since I've seen those videos last night, and I want to thank y'all for watching. If you want these weapons, go ahead and get them. Fair warning, they are very expensive. But if you want to enjoy the casual Crucible playlist, here you go. These are going to help you out immensely. I will see you all later.